Hi, air signs, and welcome back to my channel, Zodiac Love Tarot. I am Jennifer Winters, and this is for the air signs, and it is an astrology spirit animal tarot reading. Now, I thought this would be something that would be extremely positive while we're going through a time that's been very trying and full of uncertainty. And with that, I wanted to get all of the air signs together and really change their frequency because right now, the frequency that I feel is extremely high. It's almost, causing me tone deafness. And as an empath, that's very difficult for me to sort of vibe on that frequency. And so, what I wanted to do was really bring the talents back of the air signs, and that those talents together can really absorb the information that I'm about to give you, and then you would be able to reflect that back into the universe. And this is going to help change things that are going on right now, and it's going to help change things for you, okay? And one of the things that I did was I wanted to represent that sort of energy that I'm talking about and those talents that you have with this quartz stone. Now, the quartz stone, as you can see, is clear, and it also represents clarity and also represents intelligence. It represents seeing things as they are and being transparent. And so right now, what we do need in the world is being able to have this clarity. We want to be hearing the truth. We want balanced information. We want fair information. We really need that. So I know there's a lot of Libras out there that are in positions of power, of change, and I believe that you guys can make a change. And I have my Aquarians out there who have this forward thinking and they have beautiful ideas. And then I have the Libras, such as myself, trying to affect change in the way that I am even right now with my YouTube channel. And then I have my Geminis out there who are really wonderful at communication and really being able to get a message out. So we really want all of that energy together. And the spirit animals, what they're going to do is they're going to guide you and show you what your next step is and how you can bring energy. I don't, it could be energy into your family, it could be energy into your love life, it could be energy into your workplace, it could be energy into the universe in terms of like some sort of government thing that you're working on, or some sort of um, uh, papers that you're working on, writings that you're working on. It could be anything um, that you feel like you're in a situation right now where you have a distraction. It's a huge distraction, and maybe you had goals for 2020 and you wanted to execute those goals, and you had high hopes for 2020, and now suddenly you feel like everything has come to a screeching halt. And that's the noise that I hear. It's almost like chalk on a chalkboard, like ee. Ooh, I didn't even want to make the noise, it's so bad. But anyway, so what this reading for the spirit animals is going to do is it's going to draw out a lot of positive energy from you, and we're going to reconnect with the spiritual world, with nature, because right now what we really want to do is think about nature, think about our environment, think about how we can better treat the earth as people, because what I see now is that um, a lot of the empathic energy that I'm getting is that there's a lot of suffering to the earth that's going on right now, and there needs to be some clarity, there needs to be some intelligence behind it. So it all works together, everything is interconnected. So let's just get started with this reading, okay? And the cards have absorbed this beautiful air energy. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull the first card, and we're going to think about whatever situation you're going through, whether it's about relationships, or whether it's just a health issue, whether it's trying to execute something at work. And we're going to see in that first card what you need to know about your current situation that's going to bring you to your highest self, okay? And then the next card that we're going to pull is going to be another spirit animal who is really going to guide you in the right direction and tell you what action you need to take to resolve whatever situation you're going in. And now the last card is going to be like an outcome card, but what it's going to tell you is what will happen or what will evolve if you don't take the action that I am going to show you right now, okay? So it could be kind of considered a little bit negative, or it could be like if you don't take action, what is going to happen, and maybe it's better than we thought. But I think that we all need to, use this message to evolve and to really get a collective message out into the world as air signs. Okay, so without further ado, and I know that was a lot of talking, but there's a lot of premise behind this reading. And next time I do it for next month, maybe we can get into it a little bit faster and do another spirit animal spread and make that spread a little more lengthy because there's be a little bit less explanation behind it. Okay, so let's go ahead and what I'm going to do now. I don't really have all of these animal cards memorized. I mean, I'm not a Rolodex of spirit animals, but we will. I can usually get a story out of the cards just from seeing the face of the card and seeing the symbolism and things like that. But I will look down at the key book just to see if there's any information that I'm missing or if there's any interpretation of the cards that maybe I didn't think about when I saw the cards. But definitely, I feel a lot of Libra energy in these cards already. I feel some Aquarius. And I definitely feel some Gemini. I actually get a little tickle when I feel the Gemini, probably because I have, again, my mom and my daughter are Geminis. Feeling that energy, a lot of air sign energy here. Okay, so let's find out from our first spirit animal. Okay, and this is going to be, what do you need to know about your current situation? Okay, so, oh, you got the deer spirit. Okay, here we go. So deer spirit, isn't that beautiful? It's a beautiful card. This fawn is very pretty, and it says bring a gentle touch. Okay, so, you know, when you think about bringing a gentle touch to a situation, I often think about Leo women in the way that a Leo woman is able to um, have a lot of power, but use it in a gentle way to calm sort of the beast within. Now, if you're in a situation where you've been very, like, say, abrupt with a person or very snappy with a person because you feel as though there's too much stress around you, then maybe what you want to do is sort of submit a little bit more, be a little more gentle with your delivery around your situation. And I think that what that is going to do, is going to bring you to your highest self. And it may feel unnatural at this moment because you might feel like, oh, I feel like a big stress ball is around me, and there's so many distractions, and I feel like I just can't get things right. But if you want to bring a gentle touch to people, and that is going to help you calm your soul down, it's going to create a sort of uh, aura that's going to come out of you that's going to change your situation and bring you to your higher self just by bringing a gentle touch. And what does that mean, to bring a gentle touch? Well, it means if it's your family and you guys are stuck at home and you're all bickering or whatever, then hug everybody. Just go around and hug everybody, and that is going to make you calm. It's going to relax you. It's going to help you stimulate your mind so that you can. Oh, I'm feeling this energy. It feels so great because I mean I can also relate to this. It's been, it's difficult when you have something that you need to do. Even me doing this video today as an air sign, there's a lot that has to go into this, and you have to be in like this good mood. And if you aren't bringing your best self, or you're not bringing your gentleness into your family, then what's going to happen is you're going to bring negativity into yourself, and you're not going to be able to execute whatever it is that you need. So today I did bring out a lot of positive love to my partner, and also to my daughter, and also to my dog, and and then to other people. I reached out to friends to see how they were. So gentle touch with everything that you're doing. If it's a work issue, bring a gentle touch to it. If it's a family issue, gentle touch. If it's just anything that you need to surpass, if it's your own personal self, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with how you perceive yourself, because I can see how you could get into a situation where someone really brings you down, and you need to bring a gentle touch to yourself. Don't judge yourself. So that's one of the things that as Libras and Aquarius and Gemini, we think too much. So in thinking can sometimes make us harsh on ourselves. We seem to like self-deprecate a lot. So when you think too much, you often judge yourself. So be gentle with yourself as well, okay? Because you don't need that right now. What you need is a gentle touch. So I think that was pretty self-explanatory for that card. And the next card that we're going to pull is, what direction do you need to go in to get out of the situation that you're in? So right now, this is what needs to occur at the present moment. But this is the next card is like a direction. What direction do you need to take in order to clear up your situation and find that clarity and that balance that you're looking for? Okay, so let's just look at the next card. I'll shuffle it a little bit more and see what the next spirit animal is. Okay, the horse spirit. Okay, that's it. And it says right there, it says, freedom is yours. Okay, freedom is yours. So, what this seems like to me is if you want to think about a horse does not, when you know, does not want to be tamed. It does want to have a free spirit. And in that way, you want to be able to feel like you're not trapped. And when you're in this situation right now where there's a lot of uncertainty, you may feel trapped, or you may feel held back, or you may feel like somebody else is pulling the reins of your on you, and that it's difficult for you to move into a different direction. Or it could be you that's doing it to yourself, that really feels like someone's riding you and you're letting it get to you and you're not really able to move past that. But freedom is yours. Okay, you have the right to make the right decision. And Libras are, it's hard for us to make the right decision, but always remember, Libras, that you have the power to create your own freedom, to create your own future for yourself, and to co-create inside of this universe that we live in. And Aquarians always, you have an ability to hang on to your freedom. Whether whether someone's trying to tame you or not, you always have that ability to hold on to your freedom. So right now, whatever you feel strongest about that's going to give you the most freedom, you go in that direction. You just go in that direction, because you know yourself better than anybody else, and so no one can hold you back. Just go into the direction that you know is going to bring you the most freedom of mind, freedom of spirit, freedom to think ahead, freedom to do anything that you want for yourself, to be creative. Okay, and then for you, Gemini, freedom. Okay, when you think about a Gemini who has this horse spirit, you think about being able to, I mean, for a freedom sort of issue, Geminis, it's like you move from one flower to the next anyways. You're like always constantly changing and always constantly moving. And if you feel like right now there's no change occurring in your life, that could really hold back your freedom. So just make some small changes for yourself. If it's something that you are stuck in a situation about, make a small change. Nothing too overwhelming at first, but small, like if it's something to do with exercise, then make sure you're doing 20 minutes a day. And then the next change could be in another couple of weeks and you're doing 40 minutes a day. And so those little changes are not going to feel so overwhelming for you. And it's going to give you a lot of sense of freedom for yourself. If it's work related, make a small change at work. Okay, that's going to be something that you're happy about, just something little that maybe someone else will notice, and that's going to give you a sense of control. And sometimes when we do have a sense of control, we feel this sense of freedom because we're in control. Okay, so that could be something that you could look into, Gemini, is just making some small changes. All right, so that's a really beautiful card to have, this deer spirit and this horse spirit. And both of these animals are can sort of run forward, and they're four-legged, creatures, and they're beautiful in their stride. So maybe that's what you need, is just to get your stride on. Okay, just really get things moving for yourself, whether it's a small change or whether it's going in the direction that gives you the most freedom, or whether it's being able to free up your mind to make the right decision. Okay, now lastly, what would happen if you don't change your directions, or if you don't put your stride in there and you don't heed these cards and these spirit animals? What will happen? Okay, so we'll see what will happen. Just going to shuffle a little bit more. And then this is not going to be a negative card, because inside of this, what we were thinking about is the card is going to help us evolve. Even if it's saying that this is what will happen if you don't make a change, it's still going to help you evolve, because you'll be able to see the problem and head it off. Okay, so what did we get? we got the mouse spirit. Tend to the small things. Okay, so what this is telling me in this particular situation with this mouse, I've read quite a bit about this card, and when it says tend to the small things, this is a card that is sort of like taking small steps to get where you need to go, and then also just understanding your environment and how important small things are, like just gestures that you say to people, or just reading something little, like, okay, you want to be more frequent, or whatever, fluent, sorry, you want to be more fluent in another language or something like that. Well, one word a day. Or if you want to, make a little change with your appearance, then cut a little bit of hair. It's like it's little things, okay? So what this is telling me here is that if you don't find your stride, you're going to kind of be stuck in this situation where you're focusing on too many small things and you're not getting the big things done. So it also tells me that you're distracted on some of the small things. But you can also use this card in a very positive way. It is being able to recognize that you're stuck thinking too small. You're stuck thinking too small, but you can also use small changes to get where you're going. But then also what you want to do is make sure you do make some larger strides. That's what this story is telling me. Some larger strides to get where you're going. You're going to have to do something that is really going to, you're going to laugh at me, but digiball to the next level, because that's sort of like one of those things that, I don't know, it's a cartoon where these characters used to digiball and then they would turn into like bigger characters. It's sort of like Pokemon stuff. But anyways, you're going to have to move yourself to the next level. And in order to do that, you will have to make some larger strides, okay? And that's what these spirit animals are telling me, the horse and the deer. Make some larger strides. Get through the situation that you're trying to get through. And then, yes, you're focusing on small things right now, and that can add up to bigger things, but you are going to want to progress, okay? You want to push yourself a little bit further than you have before. Now, with that, I think that if you are able to push yourself further in the month of April, in this positive direction to give yourself more freedom, what that's going to do for us, it feels like a growth process for our air signs, is that we're going to have to make some strides first for ourselves before we can actually radiate as much positivity as we need right now, because I really feel like we do need a lot of universal positivity, a bunch right now, to be able to show the world that coming out of the month of April and going into May, that we're going to have more clarity, we're going to have more balance. And whenever you feel like you've made some strides and you feel like you've come closer to your true self, you're going to start radiating this stuff. So even if you're terribly distracted right now, especially by the little things, maybe you're watching numbers. I feel like that's as an empath, I'm seeing that you're watching something that isn't changing fast enough for you. So maybe what you want to do is help usher in some of that change. Everybody can do a small part, and then to change everything universally, and that is happening. I can feel that's already happening. These little small things, I can feel like that's what's going on right now, even with this mouse card. But a larger stride needs to happen. You need to get past whatever it is. If you're trying to start a new business, if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to switch position, work positions, or if you're looking for a new career, or you want to bring an idea into the world, all this stuff is going to take some larger strides in the month of April. And then once that happens, you're going to bring a lot of positivity to the world, because you are going to feel a lot more clear. You're going to have the clarity, you're going to have the balance, and you're going to have the fairness and everything inside of you that's going to help you bring this gentle spirit to the rest of the world. And once that happens, a lot of positive things are going to come out of it, okay? And then putting all the rest of the signs together, like the water signs and the earth signs and the fire signs. Once I get this message out to all the signs, I think collectively it's going to really have a huge impact on the world, okay? So I hope that was positive enough for you, air signs, and I hope something resonated with you, and I hope it helps you make a decision to go for whatever it is that's going to bring you that more freedom, and I hope that it changes your attitude, or that it helps you bring a gentle nature into the world, so that I'm not saying that you have a bad attitude, but that gives you a sense of higher self, so that you radiate a really positive attitude. One even your it's talking about your higher self, because right now you might be um, already trying to be super positive, but this is your highest self. Okay, so I hope you do reach your highest self, and I hope that it radiates and we'll get this message into the universe, and it starts with you. So I hope to see you back in May, because I think this is a growing experience, and I think that it's going to really project us into the next month. And by the time hopefully by the time some of this coronavirus dies down, we are going to come out of this on the other end, and make some really positive changes to the earth and to our personal environments, that it's just going to mold the whole world into something that we've never seen before, something much better than we had. Okay, so thank you so much, air signs. Thank you for staying with me, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you like this message. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, or share the channel, or give it a like, or give me a comment. And I don't it is a new channel, so I'm not seeing a lot of responses yet, but I hope that at some point, I start to get more followers and more viewers, and that the conversation starts. And you guys tell me what situation that you're in. Tell me what you're going through. See if something, helped you push forward, or even you just got one little nugget of positive information that you'd like to share with me. I'd love to hear it from you. And thank you so much. So please have a wonderful evening, and I will see you next time. Bye, air signs.